but now he most certainly is. He's got a chance.
He certainly has. He's looking very, very good. His make is not going to work with this group at all. Look, he just drops back off the wheel there, sits, gets onto the wheel of Puccio. Unless he can go clear himself on his own, he's certainly not going to help anybody else. It's all about trying to get Edvald Boasson-Hagen across the line in first place. So basically, Steve Cummings at the moment is making sure they're representing the moves, but not helping them go clear, as well as dragging back any dangerous breaks.
Steve are doing a great job of being an anchor to deny everybody. Nibali there with the Italian champion. There's Sagan wearing number 1. And
Jack Bauer is also there.
Jack Bauer also in the mix for Cannondale.
He's quick at the finish as well, Jack.
As he's got Clarkey as well, also in here. I'm not sure who is going to work for who for Cannondale, both of whom on stellar form at the moment. And it's a big pickup. And as you can see, again, Cummings is wise to it. But with 5.2 to go, one of these may stick, you know.
It certainly is. It's Monteguti, the Italian rider for AG2R, but the only rider who's seemingly taking it on board to try and bring him back is Steve Cummings again. He's got a very, very full of fight Salvatore Puccio again for company, but Cummings will not go through with this rider. Salvatore Puccio is a very, very fast finisher indeed.
Big response.
So there we go. Cummings swings over to the right-hand side. You can just tell as they go into 5Ks to go. It's all about EVP for Dimension Data.
It is. Bahani, though, also from the same team, Dimension Data, in their black and white, is also trying to make the bridge here. Two-man anchor just to kill it off as Puccio starts asking for assistance. He's not going to get it, not from Cummings anyway. And here come the pack. 4.7 to go. It's going to be a pacey approach. And essentially, we are going to have a bunch sprint finish. It might be reduced, but only if these three make it. And, well, I should say two. Here, look at BMC going for it as well. TJ Van Garderen is in the house, by the way. Wow. 4.5 left of this day, and it's a bit a long one. They've already been in the saddle for 6 hours.
It certainly is. This is a real look at Puccio remonstrating with Monteguti. Steve Cummings shaking his head. He's just saying there's no way I'm going to ride. It's all about Edvald Boasson-Hagen. But the thing is with Steve, he's a dangerous passenger to have on board. Monteguti drilling himself, happy to try and drive this group clear. The big teams have missed it. Movistar, BMC. And that's why we're seeing Movistar going on the attack to try and bridge that gap across to our three leaders.
No doubt about it. That's Jesse Sargent, I think, that's on a chase down here, the Kiwi. We'll see, 4.1 kilometres to go. Didn't quite get sight of him. But
Danny Moreno.
It is in Moreno.
Danny Moreno, yeah.
Wow, there we are, 4.1 to go. Now, we said it wasn't technical, but it's going to be busy. And they're starting to weave. Steve Cummings is having none of it. They can complain all they want. The main
orders, that's it.
Yeah, exactly. Hard lines, mate. All you have to say is team orders, and they understand. 3.9 to go. These are all pros. But, I don't know. It may be poetry later on. Let's see. They might be allowed their head if this gap is maintained, because Edvald Boasson-Hagen may well have just been given the release to these guys. And if that's the case, the most rested of the trio up front is going to be Cummings here. 3.7 remaining.
Well, think about Cummings' track craft. Think about his ability as an individual time trialist. He's looking fresh. He will not assist the chase.
Yeah, he's going for it. He's been let off the leash. That's Boasson-Hagen saying, look, it's too close now. Steve-O, go for it. And he is, all of a sudden. And there is, of course, Bahami as well at the back of this group. Steve Cummings, believe me, is on it right now. It's great tracking. He knows how to impose himself. Bursts of speed. Really, really designs himself into a finish. He will have thought about this. They will have sketched this out in the morning. And it's a backup plan that could well suddenly become plan A.
Absolutely fantastic. I think the rider's just tried to launch himself across to try and catch the flying Steve Cummings, who's in full time trial mode. But believe you me, this is one of the most difficult riders in the world to try and bridge to at this stage of the race. Young Backelens now swings off, gives up. Puccio doesn't go through. What an absolute sensational attack, turn of speed and use of timing by Steve-O Cummings.
Look at the cadence. They know that they got Bahani in here as well, who's also just marking time. And this man is going to make yet another mark. He's done it before. He likes to do it like this. You see him sitting in the back. He looks like the most overly relaxed, maybe too relaxed person within the peloton. He knows what days belong to him. And one I suggest those is this one. Steve Cummings is rocking his way to victory today, and nobody seems interested or indeed able to chase him down with 2.2 to go.
Steve Cummings, a remarkably powerful bike rider, but You know, if you're going to apply power at the right times, you need intelligence, you need intellect on a bike, you need courage, you need bluffing tactics, and that's the way it is. He sat pretty, he waited in a completely justified manner, didn't want to try and bring anybody else clear, but when the moment came, that decisive moment that there was an opportunity to go clear on his own, he's taken it. But what he has an amazing engine, but timing, tactics and power combined to devastating effect. 1,800 metres to go.
Thank you very much, he says. These guys are sitting up there waiting to have their own sprint for the crumbs from the top table. And the man with the menu is Steve Cummings. What a fantastic performance. Tour de France, remember that? Heartbreak into Mende. In fact, didn't even make the front page of the sports press the following day. Cummings, 2 Grand Tour wins. He had one in the Vuelta in 2012. It was a long time coming, a big space in between those 2 victories. Well, he's got another one in very, very fine company. And this is going to be a huge fillip to Dimension Data. They're going to be asking him to do the same again, not necessarily win it when it comes to the Milan-San Remo. But what a guy to have in your team. And this is the perfect boost to him and his confidence. He'll be absolutely cock-a-hoop with victory today. He just has to stay on the bike, and he's going to bring this one home. There's your Flamme Rouge. It's almost straight to the line. A gentle right-hander, but he's given a left hook and a knockout blow to just about everybody.
Steve Cummings now in full flight. There's just a couple of very gentle corners before the finish straight will open out. He's opened up a lead of at least 7, 8, 9 seconds over the chasing group behind. There is the amount of tarmac in between him and the chasers. It's set fair for an absolutely spectacular victory for this man from the world, Steve Cummings of Dimension Data.
Well, fantastic. 500 metres to go, and after what we thought was going to be teed up to be a hugely combative bunch sprint, Steve Cummings played an absolute blinder. He decoded the day, essentially. So did Dimension Data. Everyone was looking at Edvald Boasson-Hagen, so were we. He was always there for Eddie Boss, who got on the radio and said, Steve-O, go for it, my friend. And that's precisely what he has done. Chapeau, Steve Cummings. He's got all the time in the world to design himself a celebration, and he just keeps it sensible. What a day. What a win. What a guy. Here they come, minor places.
It looks like the sprint is going to be taken by Jan Backland's Puccio, really trying in the centre of your team.
The team side. For Dimension Data. Oh, 1 and 3, they'll have that. They will have that. Puccio across, usually combat. Go for it, my friend. And that's precisely what. And here come the gang, led by Sagan, who is going to be nobody's fool. He's got to keep something in the tank, of course, not only for this race, but for Milan-San Remo. I think he knew with. Here they come, minor places. It
looks like the sprint is going to be taken by Jan Backland's Puccio, really trying in the centre of your team. The team side.
For Dimension Data. Oh, 1 and 3, they'll have that. They will have that. Puccio across the line for Sky. I think it was Bahani that made it 1 and 3 for Dimension Data. And here come the gang, led by Sagan, who is going to be nobody's